Sleep is a natural regeneration process where the body repairs itself. It's a complex process essential for health, longevity, and well-being. During sleep, we flush out toxins, repair muscle tissue, reorganize our neural cells, and restore energy. Problem is, this modern tech world requires hyperactivity. We're overwhelmed, stressed, and overactive, so our brains can't really shut down. It's hard to fall asleep, stay asleep, and have good quality of deep sleep. Many people blindly turn into melatonin pills, which at high doses can cause tolerance and side effects. How can we fix this? Is there a natural way to optimize sleep? We all want to get a good night's sleep. It's not just because you wake up feeling energized and refreshed, and a good night's sleep gives you a cognitive boost. Your focus and concentration is better, your reaction time, your memory recall, everything goes smoothly with a good night's sleep. But also sleep provides myriad of different health effects and benefits that are heavily associated with greater health and longevity too. Sleep has different levels or stages, so if we put it on a spectrum, there is wakefulness here where you're alert, awake, and concentrated, and then there is light sleep when you're a bit woozy, and then there is 3 N's, N1, N2, and N3. These are your non-rapid eye movement sleep stages in which your eyes do not move in a rapid fashion, let's call it. And then there is REM sleep, which is the deepest sleep you can get. Your body's temperature is the lowest in REM sleep, and this is the most regenerative of all. Now, there are certain neurotransmitters in your brain that dictate how awake versus how sleepy you will be. So on one side, you have excitatory neurotransmitters, which make you activated and focused and concentrated and alert, like glutamate, but too much of this can cause hyperactivation and you have an overwhelming feelings. And on the other side, there are inhibitory neurotransmitters like GABA or gamma-aminobutyric acid, which help you relax and slow down. With the tips that we're going to show you, we aim at improving sleep latency so you get to fall asleep a lot faster, and we aim to increase the time you spend in REM or deep sleep and also improve sleep quality. Before we pop a few melatonin pills and hope we can sleep deeper, there are some natural ways to look into to optimize your biology for sleep. From blocking blue light at night to practicing relaxing breathing techniques to natural sleep supporters and cutting caffeine, there are a lot of things we could do. But wait, why do we want to optimize sleep at all, besides it makes us feel better? Well, as I've said, it comes with a myriad of different health benefits. So first of all, it gives you a cognitive boost, it improves your neural function and makes you easier to recall and memorize things. It makes you more focused, alert, and refreshed, ready to tackle some cognitive tasks. On the other hand, having high quality, good duration sleep can accelerate fat loss and improve muscle growth. It can support your cardiovascular and neural health. It's also linked to longevity and vitality. And good night's sleep can help you detoxify and reduce inflammation, which can lead to many diseases. But it can also improve your mood, reduce anxiety and depression symptoms. Blue light signals daytime. If we stare at our phone and screen devices, which emit a lot of blue light, in the morning it's okay because it does make you a little bit more refreshed, alert, and focused and active. But at night, it sort of tricks your system into thinking that it's morning time, and so we end up going to bed very hyperactivated. Phones and this blue light in your eyes at night can be detrimental as it messes up with your circadian rhythm, and it can suppress melatonin production, which is an insanely important hormone for deep sleep. Blocking blue light at night is one of the most effective and easy ways to improve sleep, especially if you spend time with electronics. Popping on those blue blockers 4 to 6 hours prior bedtime can allow your body to shut down and sleep without artificial light. You can also set your screens to automatically shift in reading mode or yellow tint from 6 p.m. forward. The use of amber shade glasses, which block blue light at night, have been shown to be effective in improving total sleep time, overall sleep quality, and soundness of sleep. We as humans live in cycles, and so we're also internally wired to follow this cycle. Your body has sort of thermometer and timeometer, if you could say it like that sort of measures time. And so as the menstrual cycles are there, as 4 season cycles, the year cycle is there, so are the daily 24-hour cycles. And we can heavily manipulate how our body and brain understands where we are in that 24-hour cycle by manipulating light exposure. Consistent sleeping schedule has been shown to reduce sleep latency, meaning you can fall asleep faster and improve sleep quality too in many subjects. It's one of the hardest things to do, especially on weekends, but if we try to at least 6 days preferably 7, but at least 6 days to go in bed at around the same time and wake up at around the same time, we can let our brain know when it is time to shut down. We can communicate better with this timeometer. Timeometer? The internal clock in your body knows what time it is. If you consistently go to bed at the same time, it's easy for your brain to shut down and know it's sleeping time. I try to stay as religious with this as I can and go to bed at 11 to 11:30 at night within that half-hour window. Sleeping in a cool room is of massive importance. Thermoregulation is extremely important, and if your body has to work hard to regulate your temperature, which by the way should be a bit lower, about 1 Celsius, during the deep REM night sleep, if your body has to work hard to attain this, you're probably going to have sleep interruptions and it is going to be harder for you to fall asleep. Your daily temperature is the lowest at somewhere around 4 to 5 or somewhere where you're in the deepest phase of REM sleep. Your body needs to cool off to fall asleep, but also falling asleep is allowing the body to cool itself. So it's a two-way thing. 2 hours after we fall asleep, melatonin increases, and these sort of coincides with our cooling off process too. You can try setting the air conditioner at lower temperature and see how it works for you. I like to sleep with open windows, pull the shades down completely, and let fresh air in. To avoid being cold, a blanket and comfy clothing is recommended. It seems that the optimal temperature for sleep is somewhere around 15 to 19 Celsius degrees, but it's also important that the room is blackout dark and quiet. Cooler temperatures allow the body to cool itself faster, which enhances sleep latency and percentage of deep sleep. Supplementation for sleep is one of the most effective and good strategies you can do, besides, of course, all the other tips that we provide in this video. There are many different natural supplements, sleep aids, and sleep supporters, which aren't necessarily melatonin. So there is GABA, there is valerian root, there is L-theanine, there is glycinate, magnesium, trace minerals, and all this stuff sort of work inhibitory. They increase the activity of gamma-aminobutyric acid, or GABA, which is inhibitory and helps us relax and fall asleep. Many of this, like L-theanine and valerian root, have also anxiolytic effects, meaning they can reduce hyperactivity and anxiety, which is sort of good if you want to fall asleep and be calm, right? I found amazing how combining L-theanine and magnesium does wonders for my sleep. They relax the musculature, shut down an overactive brain, and keep me calm and relaxed. I've also had a great experience supplementing with GABA, which has more of an acute relaxing effect. Deep diaphragmatic breathing can sort of deactivate certain panic receptors in the gut, and it can help us sort of calm down and sleep well. It can make us more relaxed, but it also has this anxiolytic effect, and it can aid in the control of autonomic nervous system, which means it can prevent hyperarousal or hyperexcitation, so it can allow us to slow down and fall asleep faster. Deep breathing can also be one of the major techniques that you use before you go to bed to sort of signalize your body that it's time for sleep. Having a routine before you sleep can also help a lot in communicating that you want to fall asleep to your body so it can shut down. When teaching yoga, I usually perform isolated nostril or slow diaphragmatic breathing with pauses after the exhale, just to feel that relaxing sensation, oxygenation, peace, and heat generation. Caffeine is a central nervous system stimulant. There is no doubt high quantities of coffee, or having coffee late at night, caffeinated version of course, will disrupt sleep. In one study they found that ingestion of caffeine 0, 3, or 6 hours prior sleep all disrupted sleep. Now caffeine has a half-life of somewhere around 6 hours, but this is going to depend on your enzymes and how fast you could break caffeine and absorb it and utilize it. It works by masking fatigue, which is done by blocking the adenosine receptors. Our adenosine receptor wants to tell us you're tired, go to sleep, and caffeine goes on and says, no, I'm not, I'm activated and I can work for many hours. I'm fresh, I'm alert. But the thing is, after 6 hours of this half-life, half of the caffeine is still in your system, so it might be smart if you're having coffee to sort of cut it and have it no later than 2 to 3 p.m. My go-to trick to still enjoy the amazing taste of coffee without disrupting my sleep is to enjoy decaf version, especially if I'm having coffee after 12 p.m. It makes a tremendous difference Problem with late caffeine is that if you sleep poorly due to caffeine, you have even more caffeine cravings the next day, and it's a never-ending loop of fatigue. With decaf coffee, you can still have that coffee punch without disrupting your sleep. So that was around it for this video. Just to repeat the 6 bullet points, our strategies or tips to optimize sleep are blocking blue light at night, sticking to a consistent sleeping schedule, sleeping at cool room temperatures, considering supplementation with natural sleep aids like magnesium, valerian root, and L-theanine, practicing deep breathing techniques before you go to bed, and cutting caffeine to have no more after 2 to 3 p.m. That's around it for this video. Check out this blog. This is just the same things that I was speaking about, but a little bit more complex and broken down with a lot more studies, and it is easier to digest, so to speak, if you really want to get all that information. So there are all these studies and all these tips and benefits, etc., etc. Just feel free to check it out. That's around it from my side. Thanks for watching again, and by the way, click the subscribe button. It makes this video spin around and everyone can see it, everyone can benefit from it. Thanks for watching again. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.